today. Posted it, go on and post it later, but just didn't have much time, or I guess just didn't want to advertise it too much, or didn't put it out there. Forgot to post it, but I'm gonna get it going, rolling, get back up and going. It's been a while since I got in here and was able to record something. So we're going to talk about like what's going on in the sports world right now. We got make sure it's working real quick. Go check YouTube. All right, it's up and rolling, so that's good. Let's get this set rolling on on the road show on the road. So on the sports world right now as of March 30th, or coming to the end of March, and it's gonna be heading into April here Wednesday. So it's year's been going by pretty fast, and a lot of news to update as I had a stressful first semester of school, so that's why I couldn't do it really much last semester, figuring out trying to balance with my hobbies with my work and school and just a mess. But I think I got everything under cover, and hopefully we can get this rolling once a week at least and have some good content to come out from here on out. So as of March 30th, which is today, we had MLB opening week started last week on Thursday. Then we had the March Madness. You saw that crazy UConn Duke game last night. Sorry to all my Duke fans, but it's what March is made of. We've seen a lot of buzz beaters go in and a lot of upsets. Even high school basketball, there's a lot of upsets, and even for South Dakota and Minnesota, couple big games there. And then the NBA season's heading down. Regular season is going to be ending here at the beginning of April, and we're going to be getting into the play-in games and first round. So that's exciting to see how things are breaking down with the East and West. So I want to cover the MLB opening week stories and what you can't miss for this week's matchups. March Madness, what we had the last couple of days for the Elite Eight and what's up coming in the Final Four and the championship and who my prediction is going to be. NBA, the current seedings and the playing picture as of today. I'm not for sure. I'm pretty sure it might be April 10th, either April 10th or April 16th, the last day of, or is it April 12th? Somewhere in there in April, beginning to mid-April, that's the last regular season game. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. Eight is done, and the Final Four is set. Saw that early, or I guess that 5 o'clock game. Illinois and Iowa was close at halftime. I was at work, so I didn't really get to watch much of the game, but Illinois ended up beating down Iowa in the second half, going on a big run to be able to get them to steal the victory. And then Arizona looks like the best team in the nation as they handled Purdue pretty easily. It was a little slogan starting for Arizona, but after half they turned on the steamrollers. We saw all blowouts except the coming from the east that UConn Duke game. Michigan absolutely stomped Tennessee. They were up by 30. It felt like from the jump. And then, yeah, that game winner by Braden Mullins for UConn to get past Duke. Duke blew a 19-point lead and ended up falling the Final Four. It's one thing John Shire's been struggling with his time at Duke, but if he's able to get past a couple of upsets and blown leads, then he's looking like he's going to be a good coach. He's only 38 and he's got a long life ahead of him. As we see, Dan Hurley, as UConn coach, has more experience, and he's in his third or fourth Final Four in the last 3 years. So yeah, he could go down as one of the best coaches all the time. Definitely going to be a Hall of Famer. Final Four matchups: we got UConn and Illinois, and then Michigan and Arizona. That game is on. Those two games are on April 4th, and then the championship will be played on April 6th. UConn, Illinois, they've had a tough schedule, especially UConn coming out of the top left corner of the East. This is absolutely jam packed. I could have seen at least 1 through 5 go to the make it out of that region with Duke as the 1, UConn as the 2, Michigan State as the 3, and then Kansas at the 4, and St. John's as the 5. It was a big battle fest there in the East, and then Illinois, just took care of business early, beat Houston in Houston. That was pretty good. That was a good game. Keenan Wagler took that over that game, but then Michigan and Arizona was taking care of business as they should be. They're the number 1 seeds, and they're gonna be battling the Final Four there. And I would say Michigan, Arizona might be game of the year, potentially, at least game of March Madness, as two best seeds going at it. We've seen actually some pretty good games though. So yeah, that's what we got in the college basketball world. Got some wrapping it up here, but there's still a couple more good games to come on Saturday and Monday. How we got to the Final Four, Illinois defeated Iowa, like I said earlier. Arizona obviously defeated Purdue. Both those games took place on Saturday. And it was we saw yesterday, early afternoon, Michigan defeated Tennessee, and then UConn defeated Duke. So yeah, a lot of those teams were in the big dance last year, and they're looking to go on another little run there. But Florida won it last year, and we would not see a back-to-back championship as Iowa did knock off Florida. Costly mistakes there on Florida side. I actually typed that in twice, I think. But we played what 60 what was it 64 games. We got 3 left. We started the first 4 at Monday or at Tuesday, Wednesday night. You starting the first 4, and then Thursday through Sunday, man, it is jam-packed basketball. It's 11 to 12:30 at night. Straight basketball excitement, some great games. Had a couple of those games. Wisconsin lost the High Point. We saw like Jack Golke 2.0. The guy was pulling up from logo, fading away in the corner. Um, Trying to think of another good game. Siena almost had Duke, but Cam Boozer took over that first game. And then second round, there was some good games. My Kansas team lost, but they're projected to lose to St. John's. Lost on the game-winning layup, though. That was not good. Go back to the round of 64. Also, the UNC did lose to VCU, blew that 19-point lead. So both ACC Blue Bloods blowing 19-point leads. Not for sure. I don't know if they don't play enough competition or what's going on there. And then Sweet 16 was absolutely loaded with competition. I would say, yeah, round of 32, Sweet 16, absolutely loaded with competition. Some great games there. Hopefully, you guys got all watch some great basketball. Middle of March into now heading to early April. Elite Eight was the last couple of days. Final Four is going to be taking place April 4th, and then title game is in Indianapolis this year. And hopefully, it's going to be set to have a good one Monday night there. Moving into the NBA now, OKC and Detroit is top of the top seeds of their conferences as OKC's in the West as they are 59 and 16 with the Pistons 54 and 20. So four games split there. Or I guess 5 games split. Depends how you see if you look at the losses or the wins, but we'll say I think it's like 4.5. They meet in the middle. 4.5 games split there between the Pistons and the Thunder. Excuse me, I got a little cold, maybe not for sure. Some allergies, maybe with the weather, but get back to it. There's only a 4.5 game split between both teams to see how the East is going to shape out. Kate Cunningham's down with a lung collapse. The Pistons haven't looked too hot then, but OKC's still storming. Spurs also looking pretty good right behind them. And then that three through six is going to be shaking up in the West. East, who knows what goes in the East? Not really a good strong team right now in the East. Celtics look good. Knicks look all right. I mean, I'm a 76ers fan. They looked good when Embiid plays, but when healthy, they look good. But if they don't have their players in the playoffs, it's going to be like every other year, first round exits. Here's the here's the race and the percentages to be able to get to the one seed. OKC is almost OKC and the Spurs are the only ones looking like they can have the fight for the one seed. As I believe the Spurs have a tiebreaker, so that if they do come down to tie, and then the Spurs will lock up the one. Then, like I'm saying, the Lakers even is at 7. Even the Lakers through the Timberwolves, man, it's not a big split there with 10 or a 9% gap. 9% gap with even in the middle there, Rockets through Nuggets. Your split is 61%. All three of them 61%. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun time watching this rundown here at the end of the regular season. Who's gonna finish strong and get those better seeds. Then we got Pistons jumped out early, had a great record go with. It's looking like they're gonna be locking up the one seed hopefully here. I was trying to say hopefully. I'm not a Pistons fan, but it looks like they're gonna be locking it up. Celtics, Knicks fighting that two and three seeds. See who comes there. And Cavs, they got that Harden trade at the deadline, looking like to try to make a push in the playoffs. See what they do there. And then a couple sleeper teams there at the bottom. You got the Hawks and the Raptors. 76ers pretty banged up. Magic, it could be great one day, but you can see like yesterday where the the Raptors go on a 31-0 run against the Magic. Never seen that done in my life, but that's kind of insane. And Hornets, they're bottom of the list. Go back here to the West. Yeah, Clippers through Warriors, those or even Suns through Warriors, none of those teams are really sleepers. Suns, I guess, can maybe be a sleeper, but Warriors, I don't know how much longer they're gonna be out without Curry, but he's going to be a little rusty, and I don't see him probably going to even get out of the playing game this year. Playoffs started today. It obviously be like what I broke down: Detroit, Boston, New York, the Knicks, the Cavs, Toronto Raptors, and the Hawks. 1 through 6 right there. Then for the West, OKC, San Antonio Spurs, Los Angeles Lakers, Denver Nuggets, Minnesota Timberwolves, and the Houston Rockets. Those are the top 6 teams there. Not for sure 7 through 10 after playing a playing game. So hopefully my 76ers can get into the top so they don't have to worry about playing a playing game so they can stay as healthy as possible heading into the playoffs. I just want I just want them to make out of the first round. It's been a while since they were able to do that. Kawhi crushed us in that one game. Corner three, game 7, bounces on the rim 5 times. Yeah, not a good sign. Plans looking like this year it's going to be interesting in the 76ers, but right now they're looking at making a playing spot, but Embiid, Kelly Oubre, and Maxi's all back. But right now for the East, it's 76ers, Magic, Heat, and Hornets. The West is the Suns, Clippers, Blazers, and Warriors. The 7 and 8 play for a spot, and it's 9 versus 10. Then the loser of the 7 and 8 plays the winner of the 9 and 10. So Right now, just say like the 76ers and Magic play each other. Sixers win, they automatically get a playoff spot as the 7 seed. So they would go play the 2 seed. And then if the 8 seed loses, would say the Magic, they would have to go play the winner of the 9-10 game. Let's just say the Hornets win that game. So it'd be Magic Hornets. Then whoever wins the Magic Hornets game will get the 8 seed and have to go play the the team that's first for the East, who is the Pistons. That's how you break it down. And then why this matters is home court advantage really matters in this situation, as it's only one game only for these playing games. Otherwise, your night's over. So yeah, getting that 7 or 8 seed, really does matter. Be able to make it into the playoff berth. Opening weekend, just last week, Thursday, Yankees and Giants kicked it off. Actually, no, it was Wednesday. That's the first game, but it's just by itself. That real opening day was the day after. But Yankees and Giants kicked it off. Yanks won that one pretty good. I believe it was like 7-0. And then opening day rollout, all the teams played besides six of them. And the rest carried over to the 27th, that Friday. It's the first full slate since um no, the first time all 30 teams played was March 28th, which was Saturdays. Pretty it's baseball season's brewing around, temperatures getting a little warmer, sunflower seeds starting to come out. Got some today. Actually, opening day for Elkton for even baseball and softball today is today. So, baseball vibes are getting back, and the feeling of, you know, watch some baseball, even though most people say it's boring, but Braves hit a walk-off grand slam the other night. So it's pretty cool. Baseball is if you're it's more fun to go to a baseball game, but if you're interested in it, it's absolutely a blast. Tonight there was a couple of games with the Yankees, Mariners, Dodgers and Guardians, and Giants Padres. Dodgers back-to-back championship or back-to-back champions as they're looking to three-peat. And then we'll see what goes down with Giants and Padres. That could be a good game, as Giants were okay last year, but Padres are always that team, sleeper team in the playoffs. Pitching, let's see, like, don't get too scared if your pitcher's not starting out well early in the season. Weather's a little cold, and You know, might just have a bad day, might just not be ready to go at the start of the season. We saw that with Skeens. It wasn't even his fault. A center fielder, ran up on a ball and it went behind him. See how the bullpens work out, who has a lot of bullpen depth, who has not so much. That works on the pitchers more. They have to pitch longer and lets up more runs. And then, like I said, we're in March heading into April, and even May, dude. Sometimes the weather can be not too good, a little mist is cold, balls are not flying out as good. You know, Hotter it is, the more the ball flies. Wind can make a big factor. I know the Braves, would have hit a couple out the other day, but wind held them in, kept the ballpark. Some tough breaks there. Lineups, who's leading off in April, got Cunha for the Braves, pretty good. I don't know who's all leading off, but like a couple teams. Bobby Witt's good for the Royals. Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, Mookie Betts. A lot of great players looking to keep going this year. And we'll see how the road goes. Paul Skeens for the Pirates, couple pitchers there. Chris Sale for the Braves. Roberts, or is it Ranger Suarez for the Phillies? No, yeah, there's a lot of good ball players out there. New guys settling in. There's off-season moves, either free agency, trades, or stuff like that. Guys just settling in, so they might not start off too good as they're trying to fit and gel with their team. And then there's early season of baseball, there's more days off, more time to rest, and you're not playing 20 games straight, having a game every day or even double headers. Injuries, there's been, I don't know of too many injuries, just the ones coming into the season. And see who can work. Bullpens are going to be interesting this year. If pitchers can go longer, or if what bullpens are going to be the best and have the most room. So what to watch is wrap this up. Final Four is coming out. Starts April 4th, Indianapolis. Be there, be square. Not for sure what the stream is on. I don't know, March Madness app probably could tell you. And then title games April 6th. NBA playing game starts April 14th. 5 and 10 seeds are all fighting for matchups. Even five and 6 seeds can fall into a playing game if 7 and 8s get really hot. So, they're fighting to try to get a better seed. And then MLB opening week was this week. See what all goes in, a lot of it's just kind of reps at the beginning of the season here, and then for that to go along with that, staying healthy is the best. Even if you come up with an L, it's just making sure your players are healthy and not working them too much because there's 162 games in the season. And then NBA, you don't need to push your players too hard because you get put in a 7 game series. You got 2 games, 2 games. You're down 0-2. It's a must-win game 3 for the most part, but like. It's the thing. If you don't push, if you have a bad game one, you can bounce back easily game two. No, maybe shots aren't falling, but yeah, just staying healthy is the best part to that. And then we'll see here March Madness with zone of Michigan and then Illinois and UConn. We'll see how those shape out on April 4th. That's everything. Thank you guys for tuning in. My little podcast will get this posted out and hopefully I can get some more gimmicks coming later this week. Have a great rest of your week and stay tuned for next time.